Are you ready to do something great? Is it time to step into your power and be your best self? Then this Pick a Card Tarot reading is for you. So let's begin. Your choices this week are the card Strength, the Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. So take a moment, listen to your heart, and decide which card speaks to you. And please leave a comment below and let me know what you chose. For our first pick, we have the card of Strength. Strength is a card of compassion and nurturing, and using the energy of the divine feminine of creation to mold the world, to shape the world and your reality to your desires and purpose. Spirit tells me that you've been successful lately and things are generally going quite well and according to plan. And yet there is this nagging feeling you have that you've left something behind or something is missing. There's some sense of incompleteness in your life and in what you're doing. And maybe this comes from the end of a conflict where you were victorious, where it seemed to resolve in your favor. But again, there's just something that you didn't get out of it. There's still something missing. You don't feel victorious. I sense that this conflict has been a burden to you. I mean, all conflicts are, but this one especially has really sort of weighed on you, and it's one that has gone on or did go on for quite a long time in your life. And so as this conflict has resolved itself, as you've gotten to the end of it, I think what you were expecting is to get a renewed sense of vitality and a sense of rightness, a further feeling of renewal in your life. Like this thing is over, this conflict is over. The burden of that should be lifted from your shoulders. And yet you're not feeling that. It's not coming into your existence, into your experience. The resolution to this is pretty simple. It is the question and the answer to this question that will solve this for you. And the question is this: did the resolution of this conflict really serve your highest purpose? Did the outcome actually achieve your greater goals? And did you conduct yourself through this conflict from a place of power, a place of your highest self, a place of your truth? And so while you may have won this thing, I don't think you got what you wanted out of it. The Hierophant here is really about someone who sets order to the world around them, creates order, creates the things they expect to see, but they do so from a place of spiritual connection. And so it is really spirit or the universe acting through this person, through the Hierophant, that creates this order. And that's what makes the order, the thing or whatever it is that's being created or manifest, that's what makes it good and useful and joyful and fulfilling. And so maybe in your drive to resolve this thing, you did not act in the best way. And that's really what you need to reflect on. Because moving forward, in order to really be your highest self, to wield the power that comes with that, and to be the conscious creator of your reality, manifesting your desires, Your actions and words and thoughts ultimately have to begin from the highest spiritual place, from a place that is as close to source as you can get. And that's where the woman here in the Strength card is acting from. We see her holding this lion, ostensibly a savage beast that could devour her, and she's holding its mouth open. Now, there's some amount of force there, I suppose, but this does not seem like a violent act. Again, this seems like strength through mercy, through love and compassion, and more importantly, through the divine wisdom of the universe. And that's symbolized by this infinity symbol over this woman's head, as well as all the flowers that she's wearing on her crown and on her robe. The World card here also tells you that this is the place where you need to act from. And so take more time in your life to reflect, to look inward, and really allow your intuition to shine through in everything that you do, because that's the place from which you will manifest all of your desires. Next up, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups chose you, or you chose it this week, because you are in a process of letting go of some old feelings and beliefs about some aspect of your life. And you're looking more inward. You're trying to transform these beliefs because they no longer serve you. Walking away from old wounds, old grudges. And in this context, for you, a lot of this surrounds beliefs and feelings about the work that you do, the things that you intentionally put forward in the universe. And in most cases for you, this is a career, but it can be any kind of purposeful activity. To some extent, it can revolve around things like how you manage your family or raise your children even. The Ten of Wands here speaks to that, the hard work that you are projecting into the universe. And it shows how accomplished and strong and powerful that you really are. This tells me that a lot of these old feelings and beliefs that you're struggling with are ideas that, despite all of your hard work and despite the accomplishments that you've made, that it's just not enough. This is certainly something that I've been struggling with lately as well. And so you're doing all this work, you're carrying these staves, and yet you don't feel like you're getting the results that you want, or that maybe you have these results and they're good, but it's just going to disappear. That there's just something inherently lacking on your part. You're not working hard enough at it, or you just don't have something that you need for this to be truly what you want and desire and are trying to make happen. A lot of this comes up when you are not speaking your truth, or you are not feeling like other people are understanding or really listening to what you're telling them. And again, depending on the context of this problem, and I really sense for you it's in your job and career life, that bosses and coworkers and even people who work underneath you are just not, it doesn't feel like you're being heard by them in one way or another. And so it's creating a crisis of confidence in your ability to influence others, in your place in this workplace or in this setting of your career or other endeavor. I mean, maybe even your, I don't know, coaching your child's soccer team, and you feel like the kids just aren't listening. It could be something as simple as that. But there is this underlying sense that you're not being heard. And that's really the root of these feelings of not being enough. and not being sufficient and good at what you're doing. The solution to this and the answer at hand lies in really the Empress in this case. The Empress is this idea of pregnancy or gestation. And so that applies to your situation in the following ways. It's a call to patience, for one. Keep speaking your truth. If you really aren't expressing yourself in an honest way at all, then certainly you need to start doing that. But if you are, and you just don't feel like you're being heard, then you need to be patient. You need to continue to express yourself. Don't allow anger and frustration to come through. But keep reiterating what you need to say to the people involved. It will take some time for this to get through to them. We live in a world that really eats up our attention and our focus. They say it's an attention economy that we live in a sense. And so you have to keep coming back with the same message over and over again to really get through to people before they really notice. Also, there's a sense that maybe you're not speaking passionately enough. Page of Wands here is about, the wands are the element of fire. And so there is this sense of speaking with more urgency, but also, again, more passionately, more from your heart and the honest feelings that you have around this. And so maybe you're holding back a bit. So you are communicating with people, but you're not speaking with enough emotion and a little bit more of a sense of urgency. And that's what you need to do here to be heard and understood. You need to continually restate and bring up this topic or say what you need to say. Keep doing that. Have patience with it. But don't be afraid to speak in a way that is very clear about how passionately and how important you feel that this is. Because you're feeling stifled a bit. And that's probably, and most likely, the limiting belief here that you're really facing. Most likely goes back to childhood. At some point in your life, as a child, a parent or other important person in your life and in your sphere of existence did not really listen. You did not feel like you were being heard. And that was hurtful to you. And probably you were told things like, you're being too loud, or you're acting too emotionally about this in some way, or you're being ridiculous, and you were dismissed. And so now you're afraid to speak with the passion and honesty and authentic truth that you need to, so that people actually resonate with your message. And if you can do that, then you will prevail. Finally, we have the Knight of Pentacles, or coins. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of abundance and prosperity. And in this sense, it is the arrival of wealth and prosperity. It is the strengthening of your abundant nature. It can also play into a strengthening of other physical things in your life, especially your own health, your body, and how you feel. Often these things go hand in hand. So if you chose the Knight, then you can expect a reinforcement and a stronger feeling of prosperity in your life. A increase in funds, a windfall or an investment maybe paying off, or maybe even just some relief from a physical condition. If you're struggling with some sort of chronic condition, chronic pain or fatigue, Expect a breakthrough in that, possibly. And maybe both things. The spark of this will come to you through a new acquaintance in your life. Some sort of new relationship is going to emerge, the beginnings of it at least, will come to you in the next week or so, or if it hasn't already. It could be romance, it could be friendship, but it will be a strong emotional bond with this person that you will forge. And they will see you as someone who is strong in a sense, not in the physical sense, but someone who is capable and knowledgeable and accomplished in their own profession. They'll see you as someone who's accomplished in your profession and someone who has a strong sense of will. And so as you go through your week interacting with people, really, really speak from that place. Really know that you are this person if you don't feel it already. And that you speak with some authority and some gravitas. And that's what's going to attract this person into your life and begin this relationship, whatever form or this relationship takes. Some really important things will come from this. And again, these will continue to be the signs that this new abundance, this strengthening of yourself is on its way or happening, even before it actually shows up. One, your interactions with this person and this friendship as it goes on will serve to remind you that you have done quite a bit of work already. I think some of your struggles with this prosperity and abundance is that you're forgetting how much you've already accomplished, that you have begun this thing. So the Three of Wands is very much about this. It's a reminder to not forget what you already have. We see the figure here hanging on to one of these staves, and yet there are two wands or staves behind this person where they can't see them. And they're looking out into the great beyond, onto the ocean and onto these far shores, from a sense of, I need to find something else. I need to set out for something more. Because they've lost touch with what they already have. And an even deeper step in that direction and reconnecting with that is really looking inward at yourself, really asking your questions and reflecting on, how did I lose sight of this? Why do I feel this way? What are the circumstances that I'm unaware of that could be going on here that have led to this blindness of my own success and my own achievement? And again, like with all of these matters, really sit with your intuition. And if you engage in meditation, meditate on this. If you don't meditate, I highly recommend starting. It's a simple practice. Anyone can do it. You just start with 5 minutes a day. Maybe even spend some time outside at night, especially here in the northern hemisphere where it's still quite warm and beautiful. We're getting to the last days of summer. And as you sit with that, I think you're going to have some profound breakthroughs in understanding yourself. And that's going to open up this abundance and prosperity and this greater sense of strength and healing that you're looking for. And that concludes this week's Pick a Card Tarot reading. I hope you found it insightful and inspiring. And if you'd like to explore any of these concepts further, you can do so with a free personalized tarot reading from me when you sign up for my email newsletter. The links for that and all my other resources are in the description or the comments for this video, depending on where you're watching. So please have a wonderful week, and I love you all.